Really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like everybody they tiptoe around with this social media, but what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequence.
It all started quietly. There was no big drama or loud announcement, just peaceful moments that slowly became part of Teyana Taylor's daily life. After she and Iman Shumpert ended their relationship, things stayed calm. Their breakup wasn't messy or full of public arguments. They kept it respectful. But not all heartbreak shows up in the form of chaos. Sometimes it just lives quietly inside, without a sound. Teyana stayed focused on her daughter Junie, on her work, and on keeping life stable. To outsiders, it seemed like she was healing and moving forward. But, like many situations, it was more complicated than it appeared. Eventually, a new face started showing up, actor Pierre. He didn't come into her life loudly. There were no paparazzi shots or flashy announcements. He just slowly became part of the background. At first, most people didn't think twice. He might be spotted in a casual photo, maybe at a family event, always keeping a low profile. Teyana didn't try to show him off. It wasn't about proving anything to the world. It felt personal and private. Over time, Aaron's presence became more noticeable. He wasn't just there for Teyana. He was showing up for Junie, too. He joined in family outings, helped with school activities, and even did everyday things like grocery runs and school pickups. Eventually, people saw the bond forming between him and Junie. Photos started surfacing. Junie laughing with Aaron, holding his hand, the three of them walking through a park together. It started to look like a family. Many fans felt Aaron was being loving and supportive. He didn't seem like he was trying to take Iman's place, just offering care and consistency. But then, everything changed. Aaron suddenly filed legal documents requesting step-parent rights for Junie. This wasn't just symbolic. He wanted the ability to make real decisions about her life, like her schooling and healthcare. But the part that stunned everyone the most? He didn't talk to Iman about it first. He didn't send a message or make a call. Iman found out the same way everyone else did, through court papers sent to his legal team. It was a shock. Imagine being a father, trying to be present in your child's life, and suddenly learning that someone else wants a legal role in raising her, without even talking to you. It wasn't about jealousy. It was about respect and feeling left out of a major decision. Those close to Iman said he was stunned. Not angry, just numb. He didn't say much publicly. His team released one short statement. He's processing. Behind closed doors, though, he felt deeply hurt. Meanwhile, people thought Teyana might be celebrating Aaron's move or supporting him, but instead, insiders say she was heartbroken. She hadn't asked Aaron to do it. It was his choice, and she reportedly broke down when she found out. Even if it came from a good place, it put her in an awful position, caught between the father of her child and a partner who had been kind and reliable. But once legal steps are taken, it's no longer private. The moment the news broke, social media exploded. Some people praised Aaron for stepping up as a father figure to a child who wasn't his. He was seen as a rare kind of man, one who truly loves without condition. Hashtags like #StepUpAaron went viral, but others saw things differently. That child already has a father, one person wrote. You don't go to court unless you're trying to push the real dad out. People questioned Aaron's motives. Was this really about love, or was it about control? The internet became divided, passionate, emotional, and loud. And Teyana? She went silent. No statements, no tweets, no Instagram stories. She pulled away from the spotlight, and her silence felt heavy. Final. But even silence can't hide the pain. Just 2 days after the story exploded online, cameras caught Teyana Taylor quietly walking into a recording studio. She wasn't her usual polished self. Her hair was hidden under a hoodie, her face bare without makeup, and her eyes looked tired and puffy, like she'd been crying. She didn't look like a celebrity. She looked like someone carrying pain that wasn't completely hers. Right behind her was her daughter Junie, holding tightly to Aaron Pierre's hand. That one photo said more than words ever could. It showed a young girl comfortable with someone new, while the man who had raised her since birth, Iman Shumpert, was nowhere around. People were confused. The photo felt soft, even loving, but it raised questions. It showed the very real bond Aaron had formed with Junie, but it also highlighted Iman's absence. The hardest part? Teyana still cared deeply for both men, just in different ways. Iman was the father of her child, her former partner, the one who had been there through the early years. Aaron had been her peace after the storm, the calm after heartbreak. Both were important. Both had real places in her heart. But now, those two parts of her life were clashing in a way that couldn't be avoided. Privately, things were no easier. A source close to Teyana shared that one night, she finally confronted Aaron. Not with shouting or anger, but with sadness and confusion. She asked him, "Why would you do something that big without telling me?" Her voice was low, but heavy, with hurt. She had trusted him with her world, with Junie, and she never imagined he'd file legal papers for step-parent rights without even having a conversation with her first. Aaron, always calm, told her he acted out of love. He said he felt a deep connection with Junie, and he wanted to be part of her life in a real, official way. He wasn't trying to take Iman's place. He just wanted to be there, legally and emotionally. But for Teyana, it didn't matter how good the intention was. The damage was done. Once trust is broken, it's hard to patch back up. She didn't scream. She didn't push him away. But that night, she chose to sleep in another room, not because she didn't care, but because her heart needed space. Meanwhile, Iman had completely shut down. He stopped answering texts and didn't return calls, not even from Teyana. His team handled everything, speaking on his behalf. Friends said he left Los Angeles, avoided cameras, and distanced himself from everyone. This wasn't just about court. It was about feeling left out, ignored, and replaced. He believed Teyana would protect his place in Junie's life. That belief was shaken. Fans noticed something else too. Iman quietly unfollowed Teyana on social media. He deleted photos of their family and even old pictures of Junie. It wasn't loud, but to those paying attention, it spoke volumes. Something was breaking, and this time, it might not be fixable. At school, Junie had also started to change. Her teacher reached out to both parents to express concern. She wasn't her usual bright, bubbly self. She was quiet, distracted, hesitant to join group activities. At home, she asked heartbreaking questions. Did I do something wrong? Is Daddy not coming anymore because of me? Teyana tried to explain that none of it was her fault, that she was loved deeply, but deep down, she knew things weren't the same. Lawyers quickly got involved. Iman's legal team prepared to fight Aaron's petition, arguing that Junie already had two active, loving parents, and that bringing in a third without the father's agreement wasn't fair. Aaron's side said it was all about what was best for Junie, her emotional health, her routine, her sense of safety. Rumors swirled online. Some claimed Aaron had done it for the right reasons. Others said Teyana had supported the idea at first, but pulled back when she saw the backlash. Teyana told a close friend, "This started out as love. Now it feels like a war." Eventually, the three of them, Teyana, Aaron, and Iman, ended up in court. No reporters, no cameras, just a closed hearing. The biggest shock came when the judge asked Junie to speak. With a therapist's approval, she was brought in to answer a few simple questions. Teyana looked shaken. Iman stared at the floor. Aaron held a stuffed animal, nervously waiting. When the judge asked if Aaron felt like a second dad, Junie paused, then softly said, "No one is like my daddy Iman. But Aaron feels like a daddy too. I have two now." The courtroom fell into silence. Iman didn't move. Teyana quietly wiped away tears. That one sentence changed the mood. It reminded everyone that at the center of this legal storm was a little girl who just wanted to feel safe and loved. The judge didn't make a final decision that day. He said both sides had strong points, but Junie's well-being had to come first. As they left the courthouse, Teyana held Junie's hand tightly. It was the only thing she could do in a situation where everything else felt like it was spinning out of control.